Let's hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I. Sean, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. What's going on, kid? What's popping?
You know, so we in the building, B.
You know how
Hustling.
we get down. Yes.
Make this happen.
Yes.
We here, though.
I had to Odell Beckham it today. So I had to go get that today, man. That's it. Go upstairs, go get that. You know how we get down, man. It's the bearded one here.
S.I. Sean, baby.
And y'all know how we get down, man. This is Rally Radio. I know y'all seen the title.
Yeah.
And we just gonna keep it a buck. Are transporting EVs a problem?
Damn.
Are they? And you know what? We got to talk about it a little bit because there's been another freightliner boat fire.
Damn.
And the news is not covering it, just like they wasn't really covering that first one.
Yeah.
We still don't know if that first one, the fire is out, right?
Because
they never said
Definitely
anything.
Don't, son.
Oh, it's going to burn for a couple days. Yeah? Okay. You would think we would know about that, right?
Nah, son.
Right there in the Jersey Shore. You think we would know about that? New York especially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they're not saying nothing.
Nah, when you think about it, man, son, they're gonna keep these things covered just because they want to continue to put up the facade that these EVs are the truth, son.
That's a fact.
That the EVs are the way that the people should go. And the last thing you want to tell them is these shits is
dangerous,
super dangerous and impossible to put out.
Or better yet, right? That there's just gonna have to be another protocol when we deal with them. And it's like everybody's turning a blind eye to that. Everybody's like, oh, they're not dangerous. Oh, that fire just happened.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
You know what the problem is, son? I think I'd rather know what I'm dealing with.
That's a fact.
I'd rather know what I'm dealing with so I can understand how to make an informed decision about this type of thing.
Man, listen.
But I think that's what they want to knock out, though.
Listen, there's a lot of things going on where they're not giving us no kind of information to make any kind of great decision.
You're 100% right, though.
So when I see these kind of things, that's why I got to let people know. That's why Rally Radio is here. Yeah, we talk about the autos. That's what we like to do. That's actually 100%. What we love to do.
100%.
But at the end of the day, we also bring things that are from the automotive world into the real world so that you can see and make your own educated decision as to what you want to do. But we got a whole bunch of things, whole host of things we want to talk about today, man. And it's going to get crazy.
You know what's so funny, though, about, or better not funny? Well, I guess it kind of is. They still don't know how to really deal with these things.
No. And they don't care.
And they building it, and they freaking sending them out.
And they don't care. And then you got the drones. You got the drones that's out there like, this is the best car I've ever owned. They be dead serious. This is the best car I've ever had. Oh, it's better than gas power.
Yo, son.
I just sit it in front of my house all night, let it charge.
Keep the change, you filthy animal,
bro. They serious though.
Yo, they trying to sell it like because they know if they don't, we still gonna pay even if they don't sell it. But they know they have to sell it.
Okay, they know they gotta sell.
That's
it,
son.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Shout out to SP to Don. He's in the building early. He said live and in the building early. I got big news. Oh boy. I like that. That sounds like somebody either got a car that's being tuned or they got something they working on. Yep. Something. I like the way that sounds. But shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We appreciate y'all early, man. You know how we get down, man. It's definitely been a crazy week. A lot of things been going on. But I will say this, though.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, shout out to everybody who rock with us. We noticed our YouTube numbers went up, which is great. Don't forget, pass it on to the people, man.
100%.
Let them know what we doing out here. No, that was the wrong one. I'm sorry. That was the wrong one.
Let's go.
But let them know what we doing out here. Let them know there's two guys out here calling themselves Rally Radio that's actually keeping it a buck when it comes to this auto business.
We have to, though. We have to, because you know what? At the end of the day, y'all tune in because y'all want to learn something, you want to laugh a little bit, And at the end of the day, you want to have a good time. And that's what we're about. And that's
That's
what
a
we're going to
fact.
continue to do.
That's a fact. So we
Factory.
appreciate y'all greatly for that, man. Before we even jump off, I want to give a shout out. Now, like I said, I like to shout out all the car guys that's out there doing their bills and everything like that. But I especially want to shout out my dude Ace One.
Let's go.
Because we trying to negotiate a deal right now. Trying to make sure, we got him in the fold, make sure he doing what he got to do. He said he bought some parts for the whale. We know the whale. That's the one that got stuck on the side of the road.
Oh, damn.
When we went to the Dragon's Tail. So that would be interesting. But shout to him, man. You know
I hope it's a manual transaction.
Oh, boy.
Because if it ain't that, then I don't know what else you could possibly do to that thing. I really don't know. So, but definitely shout out to the guy, though, Factory.
Shout out to him. You got any shout outs you want to give, kid?
Yo, I just want to shout out to everybody out there, doing their thing out there, man. Not for nothing. Just keep it real, man. Just keep it official. It's really it. Y'all pay attention. Appreciate it.
That's a fact, because it's happening right here in front of y'all, man. You already know what it is, man. So, with that being said, man, when we first start, we kind of give a little rundown of how it's been for us for at least a week. I'm going to say this, man.
Yeah.
If you drive in NYC, if you drive a car in NYC, be prepared. Be prepared to really have the onslaught of people coming after you, son. It's starting to get out of control.
Bam.
It really is starting to get out of control. The congestion pricing toll boost is going up.
Damn.
Yo, when you think about it, that congestion pricing is going to hurt a lot of businesses in New York City.
It is, though. But again, though, son, they're going to make it back on our backs.
That's a fact. And we said that.
Said that. I guess it all has to be relevant, though.
Scamdemic.
Yeah, it's going to, the scamdemic. I think we could just call it outright scams, huh?
Outright scam.
That's it. Now it's it.
They hustling us.
People.
They hustling us. Shout to everybody tuned in,
That's
paying
it,
attention. Don't forget, you know where to find us. If you live, you know where to find us. You can find us at www.barsandhoopsradio.com. You already know. If you on the move and you know you got some walking around, whatever you got to do, pop on the app, put us on in your headphones, and you Gucci. That's what 100%,
it is.
But
100%.
It's gonna be tough out here, man.
Nah, it really
it's gonna
is,
be tough out here. And the way that they're using the camera game right now is going to be tough for those who want to tune their cars. It's going to be tough for those who want to do anything with their autos. I'm telling you.
Ah, man. Yo, they using just about, everything people kind of need or would like to do against them now.
That's a fact. They like, yo, you know
more.
What? You like, they like, yo, you like cars? Yeah. We do too, but we like electric motors. Are you kidding me? It's hilarious. Shout to SP. He said, you will never hear the people coming up with these scamdemic plans say this was a bad idea. That is a fact.
Because they won't ever do that because one way or another, they benefit from it.
That's a fact. They'll never say that, yo, that ain't going to work.
Nah, and then you think they're going to be paying these congestion prices and all that when they moving around?
Nah,
I doubt it.
And that's another thing, too. The range. It's a range of pricing from $9 to $23.
That's crazy, son.
Yo,
that's not just one day. That's if you leave and come back.
Right. Don't leave the city and come back, son. Just think about it. If you're an Uber, if you take an Uber to work or whatever, if you take an Uber in the city, you paying that.
Yeah, yeah.
If you getting a UPS delivery, FedEx delivery, you paying that.
Damn.
You paying that tax.
Yo.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Let's go.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Long time no speak. It's Miller Time NYC.
It's my guy, Miller Time NYC. What it is, Miller?
Let's go.
What's going on, gentlemen? I have a legitimate reason why I didn't make it last week.
It's all good.
I was out of town on vacation.
Woo!
Let's go. Let's go.
Did you take a drive? Where you went? What you did?
Of course. I instead of going south, I went north.
Okay.
Wow. So you went to Canada?
But,
tell me something.
I stayed in the state.
Okay, but you went upstate though.
Yeah, I went to Lake George.
Okay, how was that?
How was that? Because I've been debating on going there myself.
Now, if you're a man of water, then that's for you. Because it's right by a lake. But it's so quiet, peaceful. If you're a man of the lake, you can get yourself a kayak. You can go fishing out there.
Right.
And it's really nice and peaceful. It's definitely away from the city.
I hear that.
I do recommend that because I met my friend up there, and yo, I can't say enough how quiet and peaceful it is, man. I mean,
that means something.
My voice went deeper, and people recognized, Chris, you sound so calm. I'm like, yo, I had a Barry voice going on.
The
man.
Barry White
going on.
He was out there singing in them trees like woo 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 woo. He was out there singing in them trees, son. I hear you guys. Damn.
Yo, so Miller, how long was the drive?
It was like a 4 or 5 hour drive.
Okay.
I picked my friend from JFK, and we took Van Wyck all the way up until it turned into to the Hutch, and then we took the Hutch, and Hutch finally ran into the 87, which I go with numbers. Sometimes I do names, but I go with numbers because numbers are somewhat easy to remember.
Okay.
But when you get up to 87, you have at least three exits, and they all lead to. There are 3 different exits that go to Lake George, and it's maybe like it's a mile. 87 is a mile away from Lake George, so
that's the major Deegan.
You're not
right?
too far from it.
87 is a Deegan, no?
Yeah, but it's not. It's the throughway.
Right, it's a throughway. You got to be careful out there in that throughway, kids. Speed cameras.
Yeah, son. Word.
Yeah, but that's why. But the funny thing is, I didn't take. I took the throughway when I was outside New York City.
Right.
That was the key. So I try to, because my friend, she told me, she said, look, just take the Van Wyck, and Van Wyck turns into the Hutch.
Right.
So you avoid the Major Deegan all the way, at least while you're in the city.
You know who else is trying to avoid the Deegan? These EVs, brother. And you already know. I'm taking.
You know what?
I'm
glad you brought that up. Because during, I think it was early last week before I went on vacation, I was watching CNBC. Now, you know they are them business people.
Yes.
So they were talking about that, and they were saying, get this, that they were losing money.
Yes.
Trying to sell those things.
Yeah, they losing.
They sitting.
Yeah, CNBC is reporting that, not the regular news, as you previously stated.
Shout the big end.
CNBC is reporting that because, they are following those autos quickly and heavily.
Yes.
So they're like, yeah, the EVs, they're losing it because the infrastructure is not ready.
They put the horse before the carriage. Or they put the carriage before the horse.
You said this.
Yo, they put the engine in without the crank.
I said
it. Dirty mother. Hey, let's go.
You know, well, we've been talking about that though, Miller Time. We've been talking about that. We've been trying to let the world know, like, yo, listen, y'all, this may not be the way.
It's like they don't care. They don't. It's like they don't want to hear us. And now it's like this goes back to like when we had brought up the Volvo CEO. What he had said. He said, in order for EVs to really do well, the government has to get involved. And I swear, Miller, after he said that, the next thing you know, every administration is like, oh, we going 2035. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. So now they're trying to force us into it, and people still not rocking with it.
Yo, that joint was like night and day, Miller. When Homeboy said that, son, forget it.
Yeah, they still buying. And I got a small story for you.
Let's go.
While I was there was another gentleman who had a 2023 F-150 hybrid.
Okay.
And it was the way he described it was pretty good because he said that he has one big lithium battery underneath the chassis. But he also says that he's got a V6 in there. And I told him, I said, I'm not a fan of the V6, but he said he had bought this one because he had an F-250,
right?
And the 250 was just gouging his pockets for gas because it was using diesel because it's a 250. But he said
it's your fault,
he said it was really good.
He said it,
and I'm like,
but
and he's a V8 guy too. But for me personally, I believe it's a downgrade because as a hybrid, depending on what type of hybrid you have, it was pretty good because he says he doesn't have to plug it in,
right?
Because he's using the energy from the car itself when it breaks.
Yeah, regenerative braking and everything.
Power.
So
and the battery is helping charge charging that lithium battery. Now, here's the crazy thing though. If I was doing like my annual road trip to Florida, right?
Right.
He said on a full charge and a full tank, I can get at least 650 miles. I was impressed.
Really?
Because remember, he's not plugging it in. The battery is supplying the energy from the force of the vehicle itself with the gassing and the braking.
Right.
Come on, you need to look. Put your phone down. Put your phone down. Yeah, look up. Look at me. I'm coming. What's wrong with you?
Sheesh,
But
that
anyway.
vernacular. Look at me.
Back-
I'm
back
coming.
into
This is a family show. Sheesh,
Woo!
that vernacular.
Sheesh. That
I'm being
Miller
nice
Tom. I
because-
hear you.
Look, I'm being nice because I'm on the radio. I'm trying to keep the family flow going.
That vernacular though.
Yo, son, that was a little wild. That was-
That was a pedestrian understeer.
That was a little wild. son.
Yeah, no, that was a
Yo.
little.
Pay
But
attention.
yeah,
I'm
so
coming.
he
Look at
he
me.
had me. But he had me thinking. But I told him, I said, look, I'm a V8 guy. I love my V8. I respect my V8. I'm still learning what my V8 has. And he had a 2023, and I was like, that looks really nice.
But
And
here's
he
the
had
thing, Miller.
He had the camper set up and all that.
Here's
Go
the
ahead,
thing.
sorry.
Here's the thing with the V8 though, and this is the problem. The problem is that they gonna stop making them. There a lot of like look at the Toyota Land Cruiser that's coming back out. No V8.
No.
No V8. A lot of they get a ditch in the V8s. Look at Lamborghini. They just we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
These guys are definitely they're
getting rid of them.
Yeah, they're not doing no
12s
more
is
just
finished.
all gas powered.
Yeah, eights is
But you
not
know
gonna be
what they're pushing?
completely an engine no more.
But besides the EV, but you know what they're continuing to push?
What's that?
They're pushing that V6.
Because
And I
you know
remember-
why? That's them holding on to it. They trying to look at the end. You know, it's like the V12, right? The V12 was around for a little while, right?
Yeah.
And you still could get I believe what was the last car with a V12
From who?
from Lamborghini? I believe it was Aventador.
Yeah, the last one was the Aventador.
The Aventador, right?
Yeah,
So
the
now
last one was the Aventador.
we talking about a V10, right?
They
When
never
is
made a V10.
No, they
bro.
never made a V10.
Yeah.
The last V10 that I can honestly remember will have to be the Viper, right?
Okay, yeah. I get what you're
Or
doing.
that M5 that we love,
Damn. Okay, so wait, V10, that Viper, you right?
or the
The
M5.
M5. You want to count that? You want to count the Ram pickup or no?
No,
You don't want to count that?
no. I mean, we could, but it's using the Viper
Okay.
engine.
All right. So yeah, yo.
So the V10 been gone.
Yeah.
Outside of like people having them, tuning them, or whatever they doing with them, they been and this is what I mean. They dialing it back. V12, V10. Now look at Dodge with the V8. It is done. The Huracan. Shout to Phil. Yeah, the Huracan is V12. All right. Shout to my guy. Shout to Dolph Spalding. He said, isn't there a burning cargo ship? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, kid, because it's going down. All right. But at the end of the day, the V12s are going.
Yeah.
I just want to, I would, because like I said, I know they've been pushing V6s for a minute, and I think remember the videos that I've been sharing with you guys via Instagram,
yes,
or via Facebook Messenger, where I was mentioning, I said, I'm not a big fan of this V6, but that's what they're pushing because there's so many different types that are made.
Yes,
because some of them come with a turbo, some come supercharged, and some do not. But it's still a V. It's still a V8. It's still a V6 nonetheless.
Right.
You can't change it to what it is because we already know it is what it's going to be.
That's a fact. And at the end of the day, they like, you know what? This is the government getting involved.
100%, son. 100%. But I don't know. Miller's story just now, I wasn't really impressed. with the hybrid V6
Nah.
F-150. Like, I get it. You get 600 some miles, but I don't know.
But
So
that's
I'm
what they
like,
using to entice you.
but that's what I mean. But when did it? I guess it started coming. I guess it started being about miles per gallon when the fuel started getting crazy.
Oh yeah, because remember the pickups at that point they were suffering from that. Remember, you remember the H2 Hummers and all of that. Yo, when fuel started to get crazy,
yeah,
they stopped like them big. They're like, nah, we got to get rid of it.
I think what that really did was also expose who truly likes this thing or not. When you think about it, right? I think that's what it kind of did though on the low. Like it kind of just truly exposing who we really are. Like, are you really into these engines like that for real? Because you're right though. It started skyrocketing. Start making them people like this. Well, could get that full cylinder over there now,
dude. But the sad part is when you truly don't have a choice.
Yeah, like, but just again, when your choice is completely knocked out, and that's another thing I thought about, right? Remember how the Toyota CEO said if people was to use the eco button in the vehicle,
right,
it'll be all right.
Right.
Now what they doing? So if you ask me, they eliminating that whole choice. We just gonna give you our EVs, bro.
That's it. And you know why? Because at the end of the day, and you know what else that is? That's from vehicular treason as well.
Yeah.
Because now we get the V8 and we like, it could. Whoa, it's an 8, bro. Like, chill.
But that's what I mean. I think people forgetting the nature of like some of these engines.
That's a fact. Shout to Big N. He said something that made a lot of sense. He said, you can't love V8 and care about gas costs. That is a fact.
But that's what I mean. That's why I started exposing people. Like you really wasn't into it.
Nah.
You really wasn't. Son.
Nah.
That's why I still keep mine.
That's what I mean.
And you know the funny thing is, there was another guy I was conversating because he had he has a Chevy Camaro, I believe he has the most. He has a 2019, 2020, something like that, really sharp. But we kept conversating, and then one day he finally came out and was like, I like your truck, man. I said, yeah, I love it too. And he finally came out and said, you know, if you're interested in selling, let me know.
Look.
That's a fact.
Keep the change.
I had a feeling somebody's watching me, yo.
I'm telling you, and not for nothing, Miller, those are going to be the ones going to be highly sought after. Watch.
Yeah.
100%, highly sought after, because people going to be like, yo, you can't trust a V6 with 15,000 pounds.
But this is like,
But they'll let you to believe it. Like, yo, look, it could do it. Look at the EVs, the F-150 Lightning. It was like, oh, it could tow. Yeah, but it loses capacity at half. It drops 50% on the battery. So you got maybe twice to go up the mountain, and then you're done. Come on.
Right. Come on. Right. Absolutely. And you know, it's but you know the other thing is, I think it's also a way for them. Even if they can't sell, even though they're building new ones, guess what market is going to be reflected by that? Their used market. Nobody's business. How bad do you want this V8, son?
And that's exactly what's happening.
Are you willing to overspend what the car is worth?
Well, here's the deal. At the end of the day, that's what they're doing now. You could go to the dealership and get a brand new car if you want, but it's not going to be what you want. But now they know, okay, so you want that. You got to go to the used car market.
Yeah, but then that's gonna. I think, with that right there too, man, that's gonna start like breaking itself apart too, because they're gonna start trying to hit people right over the noggin too crazy, and people gonna be like, you know what? I don't even care.
That's a fact.
I don't even care. I'm gonna keep it.
That's a fact. Well, look, Miller, you enjoy that road trip. You still on the road right now?
I'm meeting somebody in Manhattan, so I'm on the Grand Central. I don't know word for you.
I was
giving you a shout out.
I tell you what, be careful, because you never know when you leave. They be like, oh, you owe us $23.
That's a fact. That's
All right. You know what? If I don't mind paying gas, I'll pay the toll. I'm still getting peace of mind because I'm operating my baby. And even if to nobody else.
That's what I'm talking
about.
That's a fact.
Let's go. All right, guys. I took enough of your time. Thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for listening to my stories. Continue to educate me. I'm learning while I'm driving. Y'all be safe. Be careful out there.
Copy that, Miller. Take it easy out there, kid. We're going to get back with you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Be good.
Peace. He got a point, man. He got a point. And we jumping right in.
He do.
We jumping right
Let's
in.
go.
You know why? Because it's going down. So with that being
Let's
said,
go.
you got any shout outs? You ain't got no shout outs?
Nah, I'm good.
I ain't
I'm
got no
good.
shout outs. Here
we
go. This is it. Now,
yeah.
if they tuned in last week, give them a little bit of a recap, man. See what we got from before we jump right into this.
Got you. All right, so I thought this one was pretty interesting.
Let's go.
Dealers nearly have 2 million cars stuck on a lot.
And they was what? Electric.
Yes, huh?
Hilarious.
Come on, that's
Good
something
luck
else
with
right
that.
there. B.
Good luck with that.
Absolutely, 100%. How about the Connecticut police officers issued 26,000 fake tickets?
Isn't that something? And we talked about that too. And they did it for overtime.
Yes, huh?
They was hustling for overtime,
Trying
and
to
then
increase their pension.
and then kind of find out they was writing them mainly in predominantly minority neighborhoods.
Yeah, they talking about what was it, racial profiling?
Yep, racial profiling. And the reason they was doing it was because they said, and I quote, they know minorities don't really fight their tickets.
Damn.
That's exactly, son. That's crazy. Crazy.
You think about it, son. There's studies behind all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Come on, son.
They got information.
So yeah, that one was pretty crazy right there. Another one before we jump right into it. Yo, new Washington proposal will charge cars for every mile they drive. And I'm gonna leave it right there with that one.
And here we go again. We talked about it with the changing of your inspection sticker to make it more to your car. That's what they're gonna do. Oh, last year when you came in for inspection, you had 50,000. You got 70,000 miles now. Okay, that's gonna be an extra.
Yeah. Damn.
Wow. That's gonna be an extra $100. Shout out to SP, said new shirt idea, Gutterball Rally, learning while I'm driving. We're gonna write that one down too. Shout out to SP the Dawn.
Yeah, good looking.
And this is how it's rolling right now. So with that being said, what else you got for recap? That's it?
Yeah, that's it, man. Let's jump right in.
All right, here we go. We're gonna jump right in because this next thing is gonna get real interesting. Here we go.
Weekly specs. Auto news for all the listeners, only on Rally Radio.
All right, we jumping right in. Y'all know how we get down, man. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into the topic at hand. Y'all know when we turn off the music, it's serious. So it looks like there's been another boat that has caught fire while transporting cars. And they trying to say that EVs are not on them. But we already, and it's like you can't front.
Because there was no cars catching fires like this on boats in years.
This is 2 in 2 months.
So I don't even remember the last combustion engine car catching fire on a boat.
On a boat. It sunk the boat.
Yeah, I don't remember one. I actually remember one. Maybe you do. I don't remember.
To tell you the truth, they still haven't said what was the cause of the fire that sank all them Lamborghinis and Audis.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't said it. And that's what I'm saying. So let's just get into this a little bit.
Go.
It says the Fremantle Highway, a cargo ship sailing under the Panamanian flag and carrying 2,857 new cars from Germany to Egypt, is currently stuck off the northern coast of the Netherlands after a fire erupted, killing one of the sailors and injuring several others. According to a Coast Guard spokesman, it is believed that the fire originated from one of the 25 electric vehicles on board. However, the official stance of the Dutch Coast Guard via its official blog on the blaze is that the official cause is unknown. At this stage, it is not known which manufacturers have vehicles above on this car. Isn't that something, son?
Of course they're going to leave it. Yo, man, it's really unknown. No, it's unknown how it started, but It was the EV, fam.
Right. Yo, shout to Dar Spalding. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I love our people that tune in. He said that first they reported it was only 25 EVs. Now it's 498. And that's what I'm saying. Yo, why they not telling the truth? We listen.
Yo, I have come to the realization, son, they can care less about the truth, bro.
They can care less about the truth, bro. So check this out. The blaze erupted at around midnight local time with 23 crew members aboard. The blaze spread rapidly, like due to a combination of the EVs and the fuel and other cars on the ship. The crew unsuccessfully attempted to extinguish the blaze before evacuating, with several crew members injuring themselves and fleeing. At present, several rescue ships are trying to extinguish the blaze by cooling the sides of the burning ship, and the salvage company has brought the specialists in to try and explore possible towing options. At present, tugboat is in a place to anchor the Fremantle Highway in place. This is what I'm talking about here, y'all.
Yo.
Again, we ask you, are transporting EVs a problem?
I think it's safe to say it is a problem. I think it's truly an issue, huh? So, transporting them, driving them, being in them, anything involving an EV is a liability, son.
So it's funny that you say that, right? We look at these things on boats, on freightliner boats. You got to look at are these guys even prepared to even carry this stuff?
That's a whole nother question.
Are they prepared to even carry these boats?
That's another thing.
I mean, these cars. You could call them boats too.
Right. But here's the thing, son. It's seeming like these things need their own special attention. You need their own space. They got to be vented. They need their own type of captivity, son.
He said that's a fact. And you know what's funny about that? You're 100% right, because it's like you can't have them in certain places. Do you realize that if you take your chargeable scooter into they don't want you charging it in there? They don't want you having it in there.
So
can't have it in the project.
So why even?
So why put them on a boat?
Oh no.
And say, yo, we gonna bring them over. Come on, bro. Come on.
Yo, they don't care, man.
Come on, shout to Dawson. He said if they can't put out the fire, they're gonna have to cut holes in the hull, or it will go down like the Titanic, and that's a problem.
Done.
How many cars we got sitting at? Yo, we haven't even heard if the one in Jersey went out.
Still ain't had that yet.
We still don't know if that one went out. Remember that? Oh, it's gonna burn till Friday. Mm-hmm. Friday came and went.
So how many cars is in the water right now?
Yo,
I feel bad for those Lambos, man.
That's a fact.
That's crazy. I think it's safe to say that these things are very dangerous to transport. Huh?
Son, they're dangerous. And I think the biggest part about it is, here we go on not only having the charging infrastructure to deal with them, we don't have the safety infrastructure to deal with them. We don't even have the safety infrastructure to deal with these things.
We don't even got the knowledge.
Come on.
No knowledge.
You think this freightliner, I could almost guarantee that this freightliner is like, yeah, we're just going to pull these cars in, take them to the other side and let them off.
I bet you this freightliner done did this trip a gazillion times. That had no problems.
Except from Germany to Egypt.
Had no problems probably doing this trip a bunch of times until they came across some EVs.
And now it's 498 EVs on it. That's a fact. Shout to Darth Spalding for that, because that's how they really came off at it, man. And it got to make you wonder, right? What are we doing? Damn, what are we really doing? Why are we pushing this hard?
Yo, you know, so it's so funny in this right here. They said, yo, this reminds them of the 22 Blaze with the Lamborghinis and all of them that went down.
Yeah.
The 4,000 vehicles they lost, huh? Yo, it's 4,000 down there.
Facts. Shout to Darth Spalding. He said, rest in peace to the 2 Newark firefighters for putting their lives on the line. They weren't even saving lives. That's a fact. That's a fact. And then they tried to say, yo, they wasn't trained to do that. Why did they do that?
Son,
what?
They was pushing blame everywhere with that one, son.
But the boat or the cars themselves. This is why I say, listen, you're gonna know people who buy EVs, and people don't want to hear it. I've already had people, keep an open mind.
He's a turncoat.
Turncoat. That's what it is. Yo, listen. Hot take.
Let's go.
If you love autos and you love cars, you can't love EVs.
So we drawing the line. That's it.
We drawing the line in the sand, bro. Shout to my guy Reeps. He's in the building. Shout to Big Ant. You already know what it is. You cannot love autos and love. I just can't see it and love EVs.
Yeah, I don't see how that even meshes. I don't get it.
That keep an open mind. That I thought that was the weirdest thing any man has ever said to me. You'll keep an open mind. What does that mean? An open mind.
But that's what I'm saying too, though, right? It's how you a true enthusiast or whatever, right?
Come on,
gearhead,
right?
And you over here like, yeah, man, those EVs is great, and it's taking over what you supposedly really like.
That's because they keeping an open mind. Son.
Oh, I think
they have no problem crossing the line. None at all. None at all, son. They be like this, yo. So what we gonna get in this next Tesla and do donuts? It's like, get that out of here, son. And shout to Doss when he said, aren't these EVs heavier than most? Yeah, heavy duty pick. So even saying that, we had the garage collapse in Manhattan. Man, we haven't heard nothing about
that's that. What I'm saying. That's also really quiet right now.
Haven't heard jack about that. No, this is what I'm saying. If it has anything to do with an EV, they quiet it down. And it's funny that we even talking about that, because it looked like Tesla has a whole brigade. And they have a whole team to stop people from bringing complaints that are actually reach the masses. I hope y'all ready for this.
See, we got to pay attention to, even like with other things in life, right? When they're being super quiet about it, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
It's really a problem, yo. We got to really think about it, like, why they not?
Because they're trying to brush it. They're trying to brush it under the rug, and that's really why they being quiet about it. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Don't forget, if you got to get on the move, you can still listen to us. All you got to do is just go to the app. You can download the Bars and Hoops Radio app, or you can go to www.barsandhoopsradio.com, and you can hear us live. You're going to hear everything that we're saying. I will say this, however, right? When it comes down to a lot of these electric vehicles, and it's not like they don't know.
Yeah.
These things are susceptible to catch fire. Don't you think the smartest thing to do is to have a way to put this thing out quick?
No. Why would we want to do that? We
We
put
just-
more money into it?
Word. We already and just like Miller said, shout to Miller Time NYC. He said companies are already losing money.
Yeah.
And let's go. Who we got on the radio? Rally Radio. Who we got in the box?
Yeah, first of all, I don't like how y'all talking about all this keep an open mind business. Ain't nothing good ever happened after a man tells another grown man
keep an open mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Phil. Like,
keep
what?
an open mind is crazy.
Yo, that vernacular is preposterous right there.
Bananas.
Yo, that is over the top. That is over the top. Damn.
Bananas.
Yo.
Yo, Pop, yo, hey. Yeah, I know you was looking at him crazy, man. Man probably tried to reach and rub your leg or something. You got that joint.
Too many drinks,
excuse me, sir, I'm uncomfortable.
Yo, and this is what we were saying, God. At the end of the day, when another man tell yo, son, I need you to keep an open mind, you gonna find out he a dom top in no time.
Hey, yo.
Next thing you know, he gonna be like, yo, when I get in this EV, I feel like such a character, like
such a character.
Chill, son. This is what I'm saying. Like, we can't be automotive enthusiasts,
son.
And truly be with this.
Nah, definitely
I don't see how.
Man. Them joints is appliances, man. Also, I'm not sure if you guys we're about to break this story. I'm not sure, but I don't know, man. I feel like cracking it, man. I saw something last night.
Let's go.
Got me excited.
Let's go.
Okay, what is it?
The governor of Texas signed a new bill into law that they're gonna be charging
EVs,
certain vehicles, an extra. It's an extra $400 for new purchase, and an extra $250 a year annually after that.
Woo!
For EVs, because they're using the road
and they're not paying
no taxes.
Yeah, so that's just like the whole thing in Washington with the whole miles driven, like the miles you're gonna drive and have to pay for that.
And this is what I'm
because of the EVs.
Shout to Phil, Dr. Phil.
Let's go.
Because he's 100% right. Texas to charge EV owners $400 to register vehicles, $200 every year. You registering every year now.
So they getting away.
I love it.
And now you know they salty.
I love it.
You know they salty because now all the EV guys are up in arms, like, this is gonna discourage people from buying EVs. Good.
Yeah, good riddance.
Good. 400, and that's what I'm saying.
That's the point.
And not for nothing. And not for nothing, Phil. That was the point of this thing in the first place. We got to figure out how to take our dependence or get from getting oil anywhere else.
Yeah.
Have people pay to get these cars moving, and then when we show them the discounts, we start taking them away one by one.
Yep.
And this is one of them.
Hey, because these things are definitely harder on the road.
Right.
And let's just say a Tesla Model 3 is a lot harder on the road than the Toyota Camry because it weighs a lot more.
Listen, Phil.
But the Camry driver, as fuel efficient as it is, is actually helping to keep that. It's actually paying to keep that road copacetic.
Yep.
So when the 9,000-pound Hummer EV drives on it,
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Cracks pounds the pavement,
right?
It doesn't pay anything now. That's ridiculous. Nah, we gotta pay. Y'all gotta pay.
But you see what's happening though, like people are raving for these things and not realizing, yo, it's gonna have some backlash, man.
That's a fact.
You know what's funny? It's not even people raving for it because honestly, I think most people that wanted to buy EVs bought EVs, and now, as y'all said, sales are slowing down.
That's a fact.
Crazy. They're sitting on the lot because of all the early adopters and all the I want to be the first one. Them bought theirs already, and now
and that's it. And that's
cooling off.
And not only that, they're the ones that's burning up. Like those are and see, that's another thing. Like how the Volvo CEO said, the government got to get involved. They're trying to force you.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, you know what? No, we just gonna get rid of these, so you ain't got no choice but to buy this.
Yo, you know what's interesting? Yo, they're gonna do that, right? So I had a chance to talk to somebody who actually owns the EV, right? Quick chat.
Yeah.
Music stop. Right? We gotta hear this.
Quick chat, right? He had a Tesla. I don't know which what. I don't know the
I don't know the brand. I know
the model, whatever it is, right? And he was not thrilled about it.
Really?
No, he wasn't thrilled, Phil. He was not thrilled. He's like, yo, this thing is cheap. Interior sucks. The seats is melting.
That's hilarious.
But he said this though.
I mean,
I said, yo,
yeah,
but isn't it fast? That's about it. And I started laughing when he said that. I'm like, oh man.
Oh, that was another thing I didn't get a chance to tell nobody, man. Phil, Dr. Phil, I'm glad you on. I'm glad you on, right? I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because just reminded me. So I meant to say this in the beginning of the show. So everybody knows I have a Civic Type R, 2019 Civic Type R blue, right?
Yeah.
So I took my kids to camp, right? So now I took the kids to camp and I'll drop my son off or whatever, and now I'm on my way to work. So I always keep the car in R+ when I can.
He's a cheater.
Yeah.
I keep the car R+ because I'm always getting tested. You already know what it is. This is what it is. It's a Type R. And because it's stock, it's like everybody's looking like, I could Vic one of those right quick. So I turn the corner, right? I'm in second gear, and I bust the left on the Sunrise Highway, right? So a Tesla was busting a right coming from the other, coming from the other direction.
Yeah.
So I'm second, I go to third. When I go to third gear, right? I sense this he pulls up on the side, he tries to punch it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, you know what, kid? I'll punch it. Third, and at the top of third, boom, at the top of fourth. I go in the fifth on power. I was just telling S.I. Sean, I really haven't done that in this car. I went to fifth on power. Like, I'm not talking about like right.
You wasn't letting off and going into fifth to quiet the engine down. Nah.
None of that. I went into
the pedal through the firewall.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, Phil. No lift shift.
Yo, I went in the fifth like how I would go in the second. Or third. Like it was like, yo, I never did that before, kid.
Yeah.
Yo, I put a good half a car on them, started stretching them out, right?
Dang.
Pause. That was the vernacular. That was
keep an open mind.
Pause.
Yeah, you kept the open mind, bro.
I'm sorry. That just ruined the whole story on me. So I sniffed the fifth, right? Get, half a car left, whatever, right?
Sending them to Gapplebee.
Sheesh. Sending them to Gapplebee because that other terminology, we can't use that anymore on the show.
Yeah, that was a little
bit
much.
When we get to the light, he's like, yo, he said, yo, this is one of the fastest Civics I ran against. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I said to him, because you need a real car.
I think more than that, he even understand what kind of car it was, though.
No.
He didn't have a clue.
And not only, because he said this is the fastest. I said, you don't see these red seats?
You don't see that badge, those wheels, those brakes?
Bro. Like, what you look, and to myself, I'm thinking to myself, like, this is the new generation. They think all they got to do is step on the accelerator because it's not a gas pedal anymore.
Yeah, the accelerator pedal.
Step on the accelerator pedal, and you gonna be up there with me. Like, we two different individuals, son. And you got to explain that to them. So, like, yo, kid, when I downshift from fifth to fourth, when I downshift from fourth to third, back to fourth to get, son, you can't play those games.
Yeah.
You just sitting there off the break, and then hopefully, come on, bro. You're trying to regenerate your whole end to keep up. Yo, Phil, I don't get it. Yo, shout to Dust Ball, and he was like, pause.
I'm telling you, man.
Shut the show down.
Yeah, that was wacky. That was wacky.
That was definitely foul. We could never use that terminology again here, but I will say for the most part, son.
Almost as foul as you did that Tesla, man.
Oh boy, yeah. That's why I say at the end of the day, man, we are truly enthusiasts, and at the end of the day, it's I hate to say it, Phil, but it's probably gonna die with us.
Yeah. No, I'm not surprised, man. Because don't get me wrong, there's some younger than us that got the itch, but for the most part, the majority, and just there's some pedal pressers, man.
Yeah, they pedal. Shout to Big N. He said, why are there even other modes on the car? Like, I can't front. And I can't front, right? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Sport mode is great. That's when you start the car, it starts up in sports mode. Sport mode. It doesn't like if you're in all plus and you turn the car off, it doesn't come back on in all plus.
Yeah.
It stays in sport, right? Then you have the not eco mode, but normal.
Yeah.
Like in other words, it's like a normal. But let me tell you,
suspension, all that.
That's long highway road trip mode.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it also has cruise control. You can put it in 6th gear and put it in cruise control.
Okay.
But I like the fact that it has different modes. Because it's like, you know what? Sometimes you got to go back and get the sharper knife. Sometimes you got to go back and get the bigger gun.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you want war?
Yeah.
How you say? You want war? So I like it, though. You know what I mean? Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention.
Yeah, that's true because the R plus mode does too. It also stiffens up the suspension. The suspension doesn't have to be on tilt every time. You know what I'm saying? You just go to the grocery store.
Nah, that's the son. I need this.
So it just
wacky.
Increases the everyday usability of the car.
Facts. And you know what? And not for nothing, I used to always look at those buttons as BS. I used to.
Really?
Yeah, I used to look at those buttons as BS, whatever. That's like when you get a
lot
motorcycle.
Of the time they were.
A lot of the time they were. They were selling you wolf tickets. You get motorcycles now that have A, B, and C. I used to be like this. This is hilarious. A, B, and C. I used to be like this. When do I want to detune my motorcycle? Never. Yeah. My Suzuki GSXR 1000 is the last before they started doing that. Yeah. But now, after having this Type R,
you still got that joint?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
After look at this guy over here. After driving this Type R like that, and I'm like, yo, there really is a dip. You feel it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really feel it, and it responds different. Everything you could tell. At the end of the day, I'm truly in love with the car. Yeah, but there is some storms coming, son. It's some parts coming. Damn. Couldn't help it. Son.
Couldn't help it.
Couldn't help it, son. I couldn't help it. I tried. Yeah. I tried, but you know what?
He wanted to wait until the warranty was done.
Yeah, he was saying that, yo.
He was taking too long.
I'm not even gonna touch the car.
He went on that PRL website, and they probably had a Christmas in July sale, and he couldn't resist. He got the car.
Yo, Phil be knowing way too much.
That's a fact, because he know how it goes. That's a fact.
Phil be knowing way too much. Because my thing is, it's like it's to that point now. Like now, I'm like, yeah. See, I had to drive and
stop.
Ready
for more?
I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more. And not for nothing, it's also leading me into the CRX. Right now, I have some work being done to my backyard. And when that's finished, I can finally put the thing up on jack stands and not have to worry about it moving. So now you already know. Now that's when I could get involved for real with no issue.
Nice.
You feel what I'm saying? So look forward to all of that, man. Yo, Phil, get some shout outs, man, because Phil tunes in all the time. Phil, we got the Shark Biter episode coming up, kid, and we got to have you on the show.
100%.
We gotta have you on the show. When we trust me, we gonna give you the heads up. But Jay put up a bunch of videos. Shark biters, kid. There's a lot of cats out there that they don't care, son. As long as they get the money.
See what I'm saying, man? This. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I gotta ask you one question though, Phil. You bought your car brand new or used?
Nah, I bought my car new.
You bought your car brand new.
Yeah.
So would you put And this is a good question because somebody came to me a little while. Would you put used performance parts in your car?
Oh, there's used performance parts in my car right now.
So when I say used, right? Let's say we talking about like an E85 kit. Would you trust that?
Okay. No. I have a rule.
Let's go.
Use hard parts only. Pause.
Sheesh. Damn. The vernacular.
Oh.
Woo.
So,
yo,
my car, the exhaust and the headers on my car is used. So,
okay.
The pipes. Pause again.
Here we go.
We're going down the lane.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, nah. Like stuff like intakes and exhaust and
suspension.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that isn't a big deal. But wear items, no. I'll never put a used wear item on my car. So I'm not putting used mounts on my car. I'm not putting used clutch in my car.
Yeah.
Used brakes.
Nah.
Hell
no.
Maybe used calipers, like if I'm upgraded to like, you know what I'm saying, a bigger set of calipers. But
you probably rebuild
you
it
best believe I'm gonna rebuild those calipers and throw fresh patch rotors and fluids in there when I do that.
And see, that's what I mean. Like, so this guy came to me. He's like, "Yo, I got all these parts for this Type R. Like, yo, mine's, the engine blew, whatever. So I'm trying to sell it, turbo and E85 and all that." And I'm looking at him like,
nah. I'm sorry. I have to decline that.
Come on, son.
Decline.
What are you talking about? Like, matter of fact, just all right, fam. Have a good one. I just couldn't understand that. Like, I'm not buying no used fuel setup from you. I don't know you.
Nah, fam. I know you. Definitely not no used fuel setup. The turbo, man, it depends on the condition of the turbo. Plus, you can always send a turbo. If the price is right, you can always send a turbo out to get rebuilt.
That is true.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's okay. That's cool. As I said, if it's like an exhaust or something, you know what I'm saying, instead of a downpipe, you know what I'm saying, like, cool. But a used fuel system?
No.
And you just told me your motor just blew?
Right. Like, come on. Like, you ain't detonated off the strength.
Nah, I'm good, man. I have none at all.
Like, you ain't detonated
because
off the strength.
I don't know if anything happened with the fuel controller. If that's what caused your motor to blow, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Turbo fell apart. I don't know. I'm good.
Right.
But as I said, that you could send out to get rebuilt. So that's not that big of a deal to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people want all new stuff. And that, you know what I'm saying?
That's
cool.
my problem, Phil. I ain't gonna hold
as I said, the price is right, then, you know what I'm saying? Send that right back.
Right.
Send that to Turbo Labs and get it built back even better.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, it can't be the fuel, bro. Nah. I was like, yo, this dude
definitely
not. And if anything, I took it as like I don't know. I just when it comes to the car game, we're gonna talk about that. That's part of the Shark Biters episode. Do you just trust random car guys? Like, nah, I don't need you around me. Like,
absolutely not.
Absolutely.
If you did any monicum of, and I know it's illegal, you know what I'm saying? Car rally radio does not condone street racing.
Facts.
But if you've done any street racing in your life, then that will tell you, that alone will give you the experience that you do not trust. You can barely trust your friends, much less random car guys.
That's a fact.
He'll feel us out of head, son.
No, but he's right though. Like, you gotta be careful because next thing you know, cats be like, your joint come up booked.
Yeah.
And it's part of the Shark Biters episode because there's gonna be some Shark Biters out here. Paul, shout the reviews like yo, Phil, we gonna carry on with the show, kid. We definitely gotta have you up here though, kid. When we do that Shark Biters episode, that's gonna get good. Because
I definitely want to be there
because it's gonna get crazy. We're gonna hear everybody's stories.
Yeah,
because everybody got stories of Shark Biters, kid. Yo, hit us up, man. You already know what it is. We're gonna jump into the rest of the show, kid.
Let's go.
No doubt.
All right, Phil. Good looking on tuning in, and thanks for calling up.
Factory.
Of course.
Peace. Later. Shout to Phil, man. He be knowing, man. He be knowing. He's like, yo, they had a sales like this. They did have a sale. Shout to Reeps, man. He said something that was he said, I do have different maps on my car, and I usually stay on the softest tune. I think I'm getting old. Nah, not really. At the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. Kid, you can't drive your car around on Supernova every day.
Listen,
Oh, here we go. He gonna sell us a wolf ticket. Come on, let's go.
Nah, I sell you no wolf tickets. Here's the thing, though, right? Why not?
What you mean,
Why?
son?
So remember, let's be real though. Number one, the Type R is not your daily, right?
It's not. But I had the daily. I've
cool.
been dailying it.
That's fine. That's fine. That car originally has a job to do, which will require it to stay in Type R mode all day long. Like cars like that have a specific job. So I'm like, you don't know what a normal mode is. We'll never go to normal mode. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I don't see why you can't drive on super extreme all the time.
Son,
bro.
I drive it and trust me, when you hit a speed bump and it shake your gums loose, pause. It's like you like, yo, son. You like, dude. You be shaking in the car.
That's the problem,
crazy.
though. Like, if the roads is a little bit better, obviously it'd be a little, better experience.
Shout out to Air. He said, "Preach, SI. Listen,
let's go.
Listen,
that's what I'm talking about.
Who we got? Who we got? Rally Radio. Who we got in the box?
Gentlemen, it's a small world, and it's getting even smaller.
Let's go, SP. Let's go.
SP, what it is?
Yo, I told you I put my project on hold for 2023, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just copped my forever home.
Ooh, tremendous. He said
go.
my forever home.
Let's go. That's what it is.
You know, we're going to be nosy, son. We're going to be nosy. I got to be nosy. You got a garage, right? Dumb question.
He got a double. He got a double.
Garage.
Let's go.
The garage is bigger than the house.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You've seen Fast and the Furious, right?
Yes, sir.
The first one.
Yes.
Okay.
You see how the house was set up with the garage?
Yes.
Exactly how my house was.
Damn, that's smooth.
Yo,
son.
can we give SP a round of applause for actually he was being a responsible individual and bought the house first before he bought the supercar?
That's a good man.
Can we give him a round of applause?
Good man, right there. Because I don't know if I could have did the same. But yo, SP, I gotta ask you this next question. It's very important. Is it gonna be a functional garage?
So it already has electricity going to it.
Oh yeah.
Shout to SP for getting an electrified garage.
Let's go.
He gonna be doing real work out there.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
SP.
what it is.
I'm happy for you,
100%.
brother.
Yeah. The person that lived here before put up shelves and everything because they were building a car, old car. I think it was a Studebaker or something like that in their garage.
Let's go.
I
was trying to get it with the house, but he wouldn't let me have it.
He wouldn't let you have the car. That's fine.
That's okay.
Yo, when I bought my house, SP, that's the first thing I checked. I went to the garage. I said I got electricity in the garage. I said, oh yeah, you got lights? So I go out there, I check the lights. I see I got like 10 outlets. I was like, wait a minute.
Yes.
I got outlets, and then I saw the vice.
Yeah, the vice on the table. Yeah.
I said, oh boy. So it took away. It's a car and a half garage, meaning like you could put but they took away that piece just to put a whole big table over there. I was like, oh yes. So shout to SP.
Let's go, man. That's fire right
I'm
there.
happy for you.
Me too,
100%.
It's a two-car garage.
Oh, I knew it.
Already has shelves up.
I knew it.
It's a car and a half deep. I think.
I can't front. There's only Reap's garage. Set up nice.
That's why I had to ask him. Is it gonna be functional? Because you're saying Reap's one is functional.
Reap's garage is functional.
Yeah.
He got the car here. He got everything in arm's distance, space to put a spare motor, all that. I'm telling you.
Fire.
Shout to Reap's, man.
That's fire.
I was like, damn, bro. Even it looked like it's like it's like the
epoxy.
Yeah, like epoxy floor.
Fire. Yeah.
I was like, yo, man, he's playing hardball, bro. That's how you gotta have your garage. Shout to SP, man. So what you got for us today, SP? What's up, man? Talk to us, baby.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the reason why I had to put the B5 project on hold. But I was listening to you talk to Phil, and I'm like, these with the whole used aftermarket parts and stuff like that, man.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, whoever, just don't do it to yourself.
See, I feel the same way, son.
Wow.
I feel the same
Don't
way.
do it to yourself.
Not
I'm
doing it.
telling you, man. And worse, like how. Let me tell you, it's a B5. We all know the story.
Yes, we
All
do.
right? Everybody's got a story.
Mhm.
But for what it's worth, it's still an excellent car.
Yes.
And especially when you build it the way you want it, it's an everyday car, and it could be a track car. Anything you want it to be, it can be that.
Shout
You
to
know
Cody.
what I'm saying?
I hear him. I hear him. I
Mhm.
hear him talking. Go ahead, SP.
Yeah.
I hear him. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but I tell you like this, I have officially excommunicated myself from the B5 community because they have molested that car
boy.
to. I
verbiage.
can't
The
even put
verbiage
it to
is
words.
wild.
It's that verbiage again. There you go. Oh boy. Sheesh.
Yo.
Yeah. Look at that verbiage again. Son. Molest.
No,
Yo.
Hey.
I'm telling you, if anybody is gonna cop a B5, stay away from the community because they've destroyed the car. Like even if you go, like say for instance, heard Phil say he might cop some used calipers, big brakes or whatever.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Don't do it in the community because they're gonna sell you trash, and they're gonna sell it for top dollar like it's brand new out the box.
You know what?
And they
SP, I'm not even to cut you off. I've had that happen. I was looking for some G37 sport brakes for my Infinity M35, right?
Yeah.
I said I wanted the sport brake upgrade. Shout to my guy Kirk.
Let's go.
When he had an M45, he did it. That was the first time I had seen it. I was like, wow. And then, you had other guys that was doing it. So I said, I don't want to do it. Yo, dudes are trying to sell you the most broke down, scratched up, dirty looking caliper with, it's seized open. So
What?
Crazy. You know what I did?
What?
I went on the internet and I found somebody who was selling the kit. So I bought, not only did I get brand new Infinity calipers, front and rear, I got brand new rotors, front and rear, brand new pads, front and rear, steel braided lines, front and rear. Like it came with everything that I need to do the swap. So I hear you. Continue on.
Exactly. And that's why I said, don't just go. Take your money, buy it new, because at the end of the day, you'll have a peace of mind.
You 100% SP. 100%.
Yo, shout to SP. Yo, Dr. Phil was like, yo, that seized open is crazy. And pause. That was on me. I'm sorry, God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So y'all wild in this episode.
This
That's
language, vernacular is out of control.
So verbiage.
So SP, you would say that when it comes down to buying certain things, you're just not buying it from the community. It's like, nah, it's not happening.
Nope, I'm going online. I don't care how much it costs because it's gonna, at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. 100%.
Brand new.
It's nothing I won't pay for a peace of mind.
That was real.
You know what? You know what that's from?
That was real.
You know what that's from? Shout to SP. You know what that is?
What's that?
That's from him dealing with who? Shark biting.
Yeah, son.
Shark biting, mother. That's another shark biting story right there. Because the peace of mind, you couldn't get the peace of mind because you buying the parts from people and they selling you trash. Shark biting. SP, I'm glad. That's why that show is gonna be a hit.
Yeah, it is.
We may have to have everybody up here.
That's a fact.
Because people got to hear these stories, man. Shark, we might even add that as an part of the agenda, like
I'm saying, segment.
because shark biting is crazy out here, son. Cats out here, they be like, yeah, son,
yeah,
yo, I got this for you, and they really be straight lying to you.
Yep.
So I hear you, SP.
100%.
I hear you, God. I want to say this. Before anything else, man, congratulations.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Purchasing a home is a big deal.
And
as an automotive guy, as an automotive enthusiast that we know you are, certified car guy, that is a big move because now nobody can tell you it got to get off the jack stand so another car can move.
That's a serious one right there.
It can stay there. Yeah, whatever. It's my house. I put the cover on it and go to work. I come back and get right back to work.
Let's go.
Shout to you.
Exactly.
Shout to you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? SP, we appreciate you for tuning in as usual every week. SP is here every week.
Let's go.
And not only that, he'll call once in the blue, but I like when you call with good news.
Factory.
I really do.
Yeah,
I'm happy
man.
for
So
you.
now I can get to the part where I brag about my house because it is 7 bedrooms, 4.5 baths.
That's fire.
Yeah. And
that's fire.
I gotta give him a big up.
That's a fact. That's what it is.
The landscaping alone is over 6 figures. So
man.
I know I'm bragging, but I'm excited. I don't even know how to contain myself. I'm trying to stay humble, but
Yo, there's only one thing left to do here, SP.
That's it.
There's only one thing left to do here, son.
One thing only, son.
You gotta post some pictures on the group.
Let
us see. Pause. Let us see.
I don't know if it's possible if I could do a barbecue by September.
Oh, sure.
But I'm gonna see what I can do because a lot of people are asking me to.
Well, I'll tell you what, SP, if you throw a barbecue, and you got some room, Rally Radio would be more than happy to sponsor a couple things there. As
100%.
long as everybody could get up and group up and meet, I'm with that. You know what I mean?
100%.
We could definitely sponsor some burgers.
Yeah.
You know, some ribs. You know, no glizzies. No glizzy.
No, fresh out of those.
And definitely, and this is what I like about like what we build in here. Because the same thing with my man Reeps, man. When I went to go see Reeps, see his whole setup, yo, Reeps' whole setup was with open arms, man.
That's fine.
I really appreciated that. So shout to him. You know what I mean?
100%.
Great time. Got a chance to learn a couple things.
Yeah.
Drink a couple brews, ate some food, sat down probably with his family. And that is really what being automotive enthusiast. That's the second part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not only are we into our automotives but we also into our family and we into making sure everything is close. So I appreciate you. Shout to my guy Reeps. He said most of the time you're better off buying new and stay away from the car people. Car people are grimy and you don't know who's out there to get you. Whew.
It's really weird, man. Sniping.
That's a fact.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
Just a little hint.
Just
a little hint. If you go online and you see the tag, I know what I got. You must click off that site right away.
Yeah, absolutely. 'Cause it's a wrap after that.
Yeah, when I hear cats say that, like I know what I got. That sound like you got something I don't want.
Yeah, I'm good, son.
I'm good with that. Yo, SP, we appreciate you.
100%.
Don't forget, man, if you can post some pics, let's see a little something, man. You know, we ain't no judging here. We understand if you just bought it and you got things that got to be done. I'm just happy for my guys. I like
100%.
to see people eat. If you can post a picture of the 2-car garage, let us see a little something. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you know what to do, man. Hit us up. We're going to jump into the rest of the show. We appreciate you for tuning in and calling up, though.
Definitely, man. I keep you posted.
Yes. All right, SP. Peace.
One.
Later.
Peace. One.
All right.
That's fire.
Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. I love to see my guys out here winning. Shout to my guy Reeps. He said a car relationship is like a real life relationship. Keep other people away at all costs. Woo. Let's go. I love it when yo, son. That's why I love our people, son. Dropping knowledge all day. Let's go. With that being said, man, we done took up so much time. And you know, this always happens to us because we have so much we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump right into this this Tesla secret squad that they had. It looks like Tesla. Two of the largest complaints keeping people away from EVs are what? Charging and how far they could go. Right?
Yeah.
That right there to me is like an oxymoron to a car. Like, I want to know how far I could go and how long I got to charge it. That sounds like you using like a portable CD player or something. But
and I don't, you know what kills me the most is like, why do you want to deal with that?
Facts. Why do you want to deal with that?
Why do you want to deal with that?
But cats, you know, they really
keep an open mind.
Yeah, open. Yo, it's hilarious. Open mind. Keep an open mind. All right. You said next thing gonna have his hand on your
son.
You know, open mind. Woo!
Too many drinks, Captain.
But it looks like Tesla, what they was able to do was they started to get a lot of complaints about their range not being as advertised. So what did they do? They created a shark squad that got rid of those. In other words, you call with that complaint, they'll send somebody out there like, oh yeah, it looks like, okay, this is just what typically happens to EVs, and boom, Bob's your uncle, and your complaint is off in the water. And it never makes it to like the Better Business Bureau or nothing. Of course
not. Why
that is crazy. That? What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's very interesting. So I think that people need to pay a little bit more attention again on what do you think is gonna go on when you buy these things? It's like your cell phone.
Fact.
Right?
Fact.
You got one too many apps open, your joint's gonna start to drain a little fast.
Sheesh. Oh my goodness, son. You gotta make sure you real specific about what's draining.
Whoop! Yo, oh Lord, chill. Whoa, oh Lord. Yo, you got a couple apps open, your battery's gonna drain a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying?
See, I like cleaned it up.
Yeah, had to clean that up right there.
But also, at the end of the day, man, it's like, so the same, and it's the thing, like you got all these other things going on with electricity in the car, then you got the car run up electricity too.
Yeah,
like that doesn't say.
Just imagine if a gas powered, an engine had a lot of different things running off the fuel.
Come on. And this is why I say at the end of the day, man, you can't tell me.
And think about it, they're not gonna keep putting like auxiliary batteries because this thing has one, big battery. It's it.
Right. So
it eliminates the need for the auxiliary batteries and everything.
That it does.
So I don't understand, man.
Cats really,
why are people upset? This is what you wanted to buy.
At the end of the day, that's what they really wanted. They said, I want an electrical car.
But here's the thing, it's gonna be a lot of these complaints, right? But guess what though? They're not gonna stop making them. People's gonna not buy them. We're gonna suffer for it. And this is gonna be an ongoing thing, kid.
Good luck with that, bro.
I think it's gonna be an ongoing thing. So I'm actually not surprised. They probably advertise the range you get when it's like not running, like when it's fresh and it's just not running though. Like it says I'm about to say appliances on. Damn.
Right. Said, yo, you wildin'. This is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you just got to keep that in mind, man. But Tesla having a squad to keep people away from their complaints.
Son, that says a lot though.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
I mean, we had a point where we just doing business with everybody.
Well,
they not treating the people right. Still going back.
You know what else is not treating the people right? Look like EVs also don't do good in heat.
Damn, I mean that's not a surprise. I have my phone in the car with the windows down, the sun on it.
Shut off.
Yeah, it's like, yo, we can't even operate. It's too hot.
That's crazy.
What do you think this is gonna do?
So let's get into that a little bit.
Let's go.
It looks like people in the Midwest are starting to find out now. For those that don't know, we've been experiencing a heat wave. And let me stop the music for a minute because they're like, oh, it's climate change. Man, I remember heat waves since I was a kid, bro. As a matter of fact, I remember it hotter than this. Yeah. I remember days we had 100-degree days. We was getting over with 80-degree days and mad humidity. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. They sitting there, oh, it's climate change. Look, it's coming for us. Come on, bro. Cut it out. So newbie electric vehicle owners learned last winter the hard truth about frigid weather adversely affecting both onboard battery range and charging time. Cold weather testing conducted by the Society of Automotive Engineers indicates EVs can lose as much as 41% of their battery capacity at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freezing, bro. Now they're starting to find out that heat actually hurts them as well.
But that doesn't make this is what bothers me, man. Like, why are we not learning that from the other little devices we have?
Say it again, please.
Like, why are we not learning from the other little devices that we have and we've been using for a while? Like, I don't understand. Like, what goes on?
Nah, son, they trying to beat it. And this is what I don't get. It's like, okay, we already know that if you use your phone in the heat, because I've done it too by accident. I remember I had my phone on Amazon, not Amazon, Android Play, right? Yeah. And it's playing, and next thing you know, the phone was like, the phone is too hot. We need to cool off for a minute and shut off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I don't even have to have the phone in the direct sunlight, right? It just be too hot, and it'd be like this, yo, we cannot do nothing for you right now, fam. You gotta give us about 5 minutes.
Right.
Come on,
bro. So if you think that this is not gonna affect your car, and this is
something with an even bigger battery.
And let me tell you, you know what those open mind fellows always say? I gotta say that, son, because we gotta keep it clean here.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
No, what's that?
Oh, they not the same. The battery in the phone and the battery in the bike is not the same as the car. I'm like, but where do you think that they got the idea from?
Yeah.
You don't come on, bro. And then I'm sitting there like, so if you don't think it's the same, why is it reacting the same?
Damn.
Why is it reacting the same?
I come to realize, man, people got a hard time believing the truth. You know, and want to like really understand, like, come on, fam, you might be.
I'll be like, is a saber-toothed tiger and a lion not part of the same family? I'm sorry. Yeah, a saber-toothed tiger and a regular tiger, they not from each other.
Come on, that's
so if you kill a tiger this way, you don't think you kill a saber-toothed tiger this way? Yes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is the same, bro. And they be like this, nah, it's not. Look, they got all kind of regulations, the same regulations that cause these things to catch fire.
Damn.
Really? Come on, bro. So you know what it is, man. You know how we get down, man. But
people just don't want to believe it.
No,
it's just like, oh, you know what it is, because I'm telling you, man, those open-minded people, they really like it.
Open mind. Keep an open mind. I know y'all seen Bloodsport. Don't talk too crazy. Bloodsport, he was talking wow. They keep an open mind. Chill, son. But with that being said, we only got one more thing we're gonna talk about. We're gonna move right on. It looks like the Porsche, and this is what I'm saying, y'all. The Porsche 911 is the most satisfying car to own.
Huh, that's interesting, son.
Wow. And I'm buying it.
I'm buying it too, son.
I'm buying
it too. So let me tell you my little story on my way in this morning.
Let's go.
So I was telling Beto on before we started the show. So I'm driving that monster of an SI, man. Sometimes it get a little, she be doing her thing out there.
He was about to say something super filthy to continue on, and that was going the other way.
Right, so I'm driving, I'm cruising on, right? Moving for open windows down, enjoying the heat because my AC went out. Right?
Sheesh,
having a good time. So I see this 2001, 2002 911 Carrera Porsche. The one they call the egg headlights, the splattered egg headlights.
Yes.
Which I like that model. I think those models pretty cool. So I'm driving, right, chilling, and he just went past me. And I'm like, oh, that train's pretty quick. I'm trying to hit the exhaust, like it's stock and everything, but the way it's moving though, it's moving like
it's dialed in.
Yeah, like, and that's the base model one. I couldn't see the S. It looked like I have an S or a 4S on the back. It looked like he might have shaved off the badge and whatever.
Right.
But I was impressed, son.
Dialed in.
I was impressed. It wasn't the turbo model, it was the NA model. I was like, those even move like that?
And here's the thing: when you look at that, it's a Porsche. It's like, it's a Porsche,
but it's the base model. But carry on.
But what does base mean for them?
But
that's what
the bidder one said. And I was like, hold on, he might be on to something.
So let's get into this a little bit. JD Power has released the findings of his 2023 U.S. automotive performance, execution, and layout appeal. Right. For the first time in the study's 20-year history, there's been a consecutive year-on-year decline in owner satisfaction, which is crazy.
Damn, son. I can see that, son.
Which is crazy. That means people are not happy with what they're buying. And the one thing I always said about to myself is I will not drive around in something that I'm not happy with.
See, and I definitely live my life by that too, because there's no way first off, I'm paying for it. I gotta fix it. I can do all this other stuff to it.
Come on, nah.
There's no way I'm not gonna be satisfied behind this wheel.
I'm gonna be satisfied. And if not, I might as well drive a hoopty.
100%.
Don't make no sense. 100%. But it looks like, according to the study, the overall satisfaction for the Porsche 911 sits at 845 out of 1,000, representing a decrease of 2 points compared to 2022. But it looks like Porsche has held it down for the past couple years as the most satisfying car.
I can see how, though. You know why I say that? Because
shout to 1320 Brazito, he's wilding. He's wilding. Shout to Draco, he just came on out of nowhere. He said, "Yo, what's rolling? It's hot as balls out here." Wooski. Watch that. Whoa.
Yo, slow down, Turbo.
Slow down, Bucko.
Yo, it's crazy.
Shout to Draco, was popping.
100% what's going on.
So you gotta say to yourself, right? They said the Porsche 911, scored a 914 out of 1,000 points.
Damn, son.
I am so ecstatic to get my own.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I really want one.
It's something about it. Like, I know they are beyond satisfying to drive. Just from the ones we see rolling around, and then we get the chance to see them perform a little bit.
Facts.
And you like this?
Gotta be nice.
It has to be.
Every time I see somebody in the Porsche, they chilling. I don't even if they in traffic, they like this,
son. So I'm driving yesterday. So I'm driving yesterday too, right? I see a 996, right?
Yes.
911 Carrera 4S. Beautiful, right? And then 2 minutes later, I see the same year turbo version convertible in a nasty blue like your color. I was like, yo. And guess what? Guess what those two people had in common?
What?
They was chilling behind the wheel.
Chilling behind the wheels. Yo, get into this a little bit. Jaguar leads the field, right? Out of the luxury brands, Jaguar leads the field with 887 out of 1,000.
That's not bad.
Land Rover follows closely with 883, right? While BMW takes fourth place with 878. In the mass market category, the American brands lead the way. Dodge received the same score as Jaguar, 887, while Ram and GMC were second and third. Regarding top ranking models, y'all ready for this? The Hyundai Motor Group dazzles its customers the most with 9 awards. That is
who?
Blasphemy.
Wait, who?
Who does that? I am through with this thing. This thing does not matter. I'm through with this whole article. They said Hyundai dazzles the customer the most. BMW received 5. Toyota received 3 awards. So what vehicle on average is the most satisfying? The Porsche 911 with 914 out of 1,000 points.
That's crazy. Son.
What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on being happy with what you drive?
I think that's very important. So I think that's if not more than your experience behind the wheel. Like you gotta truly thoroughly enjoy it. For me, right?
Yes.
When I drive that SR, to this day, I still thoroughly enjoy that car. Son.
Yes. When I drive my Type R, I love it.
I'm like this. You know, I had it for a little while now, right? And it still manages to put a smile on my face. Mom, you know what kind of cars I had in the past, and I enjoyed those.
Yes.
And this one still can like bring that type of funness and excitement to the driving. Son,
Enthusiasm,
bro. I'm telling you.
I tell you what, after all of the cars, and I ain't own a lot of performance cars. I could say that, right? The way I feel about this Type R is like it's definitely like it reminds me of a not fully built car. Let me not say fully built, but built to do what you want to do with it. And it's like the more I drive it, I just don't understand like how you get yourself in a jam with cars like this.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
How do you get to a point where you're like, yo, I'm about to crash this joint? Like, what did you do?
User error.
User error, son. Loading.
But
recalculating.
You stupid though, son. So how do you feel about that? Like,
I think you should always be happy with what you drive. When I drove my hoopties, I drove them because I could not get what I wanted.
I respect that.
You know what I mean? When I went and I got my CRX, that's what I wanted. Everybody, you could get this Nissan Maxima. Oh, you could get this wagon. No, I want that.
Yeah.
And I went and got that. When I couldn't have what I wanted, I might as well just get a hoopty.
Man.
Why I'm gonna make payments on something I don't want?
Yo, I agree 100% with that, son.
Man, listen, I was like when I went to get Grace, when I went to get the I wanted that. I was this. Yeah. Oh,
and you enjoyed it every second. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why I say it's very important. My next cars, the choice has to be very precise because they're going away.
Yeah, see, that's why I think that's why that's gonna be a little tough.
Nah, not at all. Because I already know what I want. Not at all.
I need to speak for myself then. That's gonna be a little tough for me.
It's not tough at all. I'll be like this. Oh, you don't have it? Bye. It's not that hard. Yo, when you go in there and you like, yo, this is what I want. I like when I went to get the Type R.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in paying attention. When I went to get the Type R, we went to a dealership upstate by like Albany.
So Greenwich,
right? Now it was a Ford dealership too. They had a Mach 1. They had all kind of stuff out there.
They had a couple cars out there, yeah.
And the guy is like, yeah, maybe I can interest you. I was like, no, I want the blue Type R. I came here for the blue Type R. Well, maybe we can interest you in this, and you can take out another. I don't need to take out another loan. Everything is done. I came here for the car. I didn't come here for all other conversations. Yo, long story short, took it for a test drive. We was out of there.
Yeah.
Plates gone. That's it. That's what I mean about I know what I want.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody who's tuned in paying attention, man. You know how we get down. Y'all know I want a Porsche too.
Yeah, 100%.
We gonna put our Cash App down there too, so you can help me.
Yeah, I'm truly not surprised that the Porsche is the most satisfying to drive. So.
Nah,
Truly not.
No.
So.
Pound for we even gonna go there.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Yo,
boy. About to get on. All right, you know what?
Vernacular's about to go
vernacular
through the
was
roof.
about to get crazy, but
yeah,
car against car. Outside of a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
How? But that's in the.
It's in the. That's what I'm saying. It's in the conversation.
Fight.
But price wise,
and that right there,
it's a supercar, bro.
And
you get the right one.
And it's an exotic.
It's exotic.
And that's what I mean. Like a part of the Porsche thing, I think many people don't feel that way though. I think it's a really much well exotic car, son. Especially if you get a crazy one. But I think it's an affordable. Well. Give us $90,000 like
depending on where you go,
yeah,
because you could go upstairs with
you
this
could go
thing.
crazy. You could get right now. You could get like a 2020. What year? 2023.
75.
Oh heck no! You get one. You go get a brand new. We talking about right? Yeah, you're gonna be at 100. No, you had 100, son. With a base career or something like that.
I'm not mad at that. Shout to Draco. He said I tried the new car thing. I'm good. Betty's the last stop. If anything, I'll get up to 700 HP and walk these dogs while representing. Yo, I hear you, son.
Nah, I hear that.
He got a point. And that's another thing, son. That's where we exist in that realm. We exist in the realm of, you know what? I don't want a new car. I'll take an older one and tune it. See, this is what I agree. I agree. The levels, there's levels to it.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate that whole insight right there because I feel like a lot of us think the same way.
Yeah.
And there's very few cars that are brand new that we would go for. Hellcat being.
Truth be told, I don't like. I'm gonna keep it tall. I don't like the new design of the new Porsches. So I wouldn't really. I'm ready to go 2018 and down. I ain't really into the new ones too much. How they look, the rear ends.
Sheesh, we love the rear ends.
The back of the cars,
boy. I love where he's going with this one.
Back of the cars is not that appealing to me. So
I hear you, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. At the end of the day, just to own a Porsche, it says a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
It really does. They call it the everyday sports car. Like,
son, I think it holds true to that.
Reason. Yeah, I think so too. So shout to Porsche,
son,
man.
It's an exotic, bro.
I'm gonna get one.
Yo, 100%.
I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna get a Hellcat too. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know where I'm gonna put him.
Of Hellcats, seen one yesterday too. Yo, he came by. He drove past me on purpose on throttle. I was like, yo, stop.
Wow.
I was like, something like that.
All you hear is,
that's it, son.
Oh my God.
Wide body too, though. Challenger.
How could you not love
6-speed?
How could you not love that?
Oh, black.
I'm not gonna say the car ain't heavy. I ain't gonna say that.
I don't care.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day.
What are we chasing times?
Word. What are we chasing times all the time? You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, we're gonna move right in. We're gonna jump on to our tech talk. We done spent a lot of time. We got a lot of show left too. Here we go. You ready?
Let's go.
It's Tech Talk with Pop the Bearded One and S.I. Sean.
Shout to Draco. He said if I had 50 to burn, it would go to land or some sort of Rockefeller generational wealth type investment.
Smooth.
I hear you, and that's what we just talking about with SP. He invested in himself. He got his home. His home. People look at it like a home is not an investment. It is, because at the end of the day, you could pay rent and get nothing, or you could pay mortgage and probably get something at the end. And also, what they're not looking at is what you could do on the other side. HELOCs, home equity,
all kind of stuff like
that. We ain't gonna get into that.
That's the whole nother episode. Son, you know what I'm
saying? Shout the. But he said them joints are the Lizzo of the car world. Ooh, he talking about the Hellcats. Oh no. Hold up, Draco. Hold up. Nah. They are heavy though. But with that being said, we're gonna jump right into this tech talk. Here's a good question. Do you tune your car for what you're doing, or do you just slap parts on your car?
That's a real good one.
A lot of people slapping parts. Pause. All right. That's it. All right. Everybody have a good one. The show is over.
Mute his mic.
That was it. We're gonna take a little intermission, man. We sorry. We go wait, here we go. Back, y'all. Woo. We back. I'm sorry. That vernacular was treacherous.
Yo. Whew. Damn, son.
Slapping parts. Sorry.
Yeah, that was definitely wild.
Pause.
100%.
But with that being said, right? How often, do you tune your car for what you're doing, or are you just putting parts in your car? That's a very interesting question, right? Okay. And the reason I say that, right? I'm looking at all the parts that I have for my CRX. And I'm like, and you asked me the other day, it's like, yo, so where does the CRX fit if you got a Type R or an Infinity or Porsche? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, that's actually a good question. Like, should I track it? Mm-hmm. Should I take it to the track? I could sell all the JDM parts. Or I could just make it a JDM street machine. It goes out. But then it's like, well, what's the Type R?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, I had to think about it. And it's like, even when I was buying the parts, it's like I had an idea, and now it's like that I have this Type R. It's like it just moves right over that. Like,
so you trying to tell me, like, you definitely gave me the ability to drop the car. Car drops fantastic. Right? You trying to tell me like the Type R is that good when you like this? The CRX is kind of
pointless? No, I would never say
that. Okay, that's what I was going.
Because at the end of the day, the CRX is still my build. It's still something, the pastime for me. You feel what I'm saying? And I know that if I get rid of this CRX, I'll never get another one like this. I know that.
I agree.
They will.
And if you do, you're gonna pay 30.
I'm gonna pay. Yes.
You're gonna pay some bread for it. 100%.
So I gotta kind of like say to myself, well, what do we shout to Draco? He said, yo, you know what? This guy's on the ball. Yeah. He said, that's your cars and coffee car. He's right. But it's like you got so many different types. If you have so many different cars, you know what I mean?
That's true.
To me, it's nothing wrong with having different weapons.
Nah, I'm not mad at that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
But I will say, however, right? I will say this. When it came to, I always had an idea of what I was doing with the car anyway.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I went for the Type R brakes or the Type R 5-lug setup is because, one, better wheel setup. Two, the brakes are important.
Yeah, 100%.
And I realized that, especially with a CRX, like it's a light car, it's a small car, but you got to have some good brakes.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when it came to the suspension setup, that's why I went with the IBOC, ground control. Excuse me. I went with ground control and the Coney shocks. Right.
Okay.
And the reason I went with that is because that's a nice coilover setup, but it's not like full race team 36 way. You know what I mean? Like, I felt I didn't need that.
But I gotta ask you though, like that setup, what you just said right now, is that like too aggressive for cars and coffee?
No, to tell you the truth,
I don't like coffee. Cars and tea, or cars and juice.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Cars and water. I don't know.
Cars and water. That right there, and that's why he's on the other side of that table. Yo. That's why he's over there.
Let's
open mind. But the thing is, right? Yeah, it's gonna be cars and coffee, but I'm gonna take the car out too. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just gonna be a car where I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna drive it there and drive it back.
That's what it sounds like.
Nah.
So, and that goes back to your question. It's like, are you gonna get ready to put this CRX together for what you're trying to do, or you just slapping parts at this point? Like,
pause. Damn. No way I'm just slapping anything.
Yo,
pause.
What's going on with the show today?
The vernacular today is crazy. But I will say this, right? I said the parts that I have, I can pretty much have the car do anything. And I think that is where I want to be. Because I'm like, you know what?
So you want another Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, but this car it's not like this Type R though.
You're gonna have full interior though.
Yes. I'm gonna have full interior
music.
up to a point.
Up to a point.
No. Not full music, just speakers.
It's just interior.
Rear.
Okay.
Rear right here. Not a box.
Yeah.
But full interior speakers, yeah. I definitely would like to take it to the classic Hondas on the Dragon. That was also a goal too. I want to take the car down there. Pause to the Dragon's Tail. Sheesh. When the Mazda sold, next car is just intake, exhaust, and tune. No more bills. That Nova is the last build I have in me. And shout to Reach. That Nova mean too. It reminds me of Street Outlaws.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. But I gotta say, like, looking at it, when I was younger, I was just buying parts because I had no idea what I really want to do with the car. So I wanted to look away. I wanted to respond away. I wanted to do things. But the more I started getting into it, the more I'm realizing, like going with this K series, with this Type R K20. If I had a B series Type R, which I originally went out to get, Car would be built already. Because it's a B series.
Yeah.
It'll drop right in. A little bit of modification.
Yeah.
Right? But going K changes everything. I can't front. The K series is stronger than that B series. It is stronger by far. More torque, more horsepower, and the tunability. Because the Type R more, it's like, what do you really want to do with it? You know what I mean? So it's a newer engine.
Yeah.
But that has definitely been a crippling factor. Is that this swap is just like everybody K swapping, but what they don't talk about is the price of a K swap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody's doing it, but what's the price? It could cost you upwards of 10 grand.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Mounts, you got to do everything. You got to do everything. On top of cutting the motor mounts off, you got to weld another mount. It's a lot that goes into it. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Shout out to Draco. He said you should drop a 2J in the back like Jay Leno's Shogun Festival. Oh boy. Man. Don't let SR Sean hit.
That's crazy.
But that being said, man, it's definitely time. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of footage. For those that's tuned in on YouTube, first of all, shout to y'all because we have more tuned on YouTube than anywhere else right now.
Let's go.
Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We are going to start doing our videos on our builds. We got other content coming up for this channel.
100%.
So it's going to be interesting. So with that being said, man, do you tune for what you're doing, or you just feel like you slap parts on?
Man.
Slap stuff on your car. Sheesh.
That's better. I like to believe that I'm doing I'm setting the car up for exactly what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm actually doing a pretty okay job at that. Just from the suspension side of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to put the brakes on soon or whatever like that. But yeah, 100%. Because I basically did what you did. Drove the car around as is for a long time.
Yes.
And I see where it could use, a little helping hand at.
Yes.
A helping hand, sure, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. This is what I'm going to do.
Right.
So yeah, I'm definitely tuning in for what I'm definitely using the car for.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. Because I feel like once you start just putting on parts on the car, it's like, again, like you said, like, what are you doing with this thing?
Right. And I think that's a big deal. Like, a lot of people have
100%.
these cars, and I think that's how they end up in a lot of these takeovers, because they don't know what they're gonna do with the car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just take it out and do burnouts with it. Like, that is silly. As a matter of fact, there was they had a takeover on the Tapan Z or
I seen that.
They about to lock all them cats up. I don't understand the point in that, but continue on, man. It looks like the Hyundai N is gonna get carbon fiber wheels.
I know Phil love that. I know
Sheesh.
Phil love that right now. I'm actually a little hype over that too, a little bit though.
I mean, carbon fiber wheels are serious. Like,
carbon wheels is hot.
if you ever seen a carbon fiber wheel or held one?
I never held one, but I don't see one. Yeah.
Yo, compare that. The first time you get a chance to really pick up a carbon fiber wheel, compare that. You're gonna be like, yo,
I could imagine.
I
could imagine.
It is that light. It's like I could throw 4 of them. Easy.
Damn. So you think you got a Hyundai in your future? Or?
I'm gonna stop the music here, because this guy, man, listen, you're gonna take another short.
You sounded really ecstatic just now.
No,
I was just curious. Is what
I'm ecstatic over the wheels, not the car. Look. But I will say this, however, right? Look like Hyundai still they playing a game that a lot of automotive or automakers are not playing anymore.
So I feel like this might be Hyundai's time to shine a little.
That's
bit
a definite. If they do the right thing, because you remember, Toyota proved it. Everybody's going this way, we gonna go this way. So now the GR Supra, the GR Corolla, the GR 86, they could sell these cars. So it can happen, man.
Yeah.
We also gonna talk about this last thing with this Porsche, and after that, we're gonna move on. The Porsche 911 will have a combustion engine for as long as possible. Wow. There are few fully electric Porsches in the pipeline. The upcoming 718 Boxster Cayman twins, the next generation Macan SUV, and the next Cayenne SUV are slated to be a larger 7-seat electric SUV. That's gonna hurt. And it's gonna be before 2030. However, there's one car that Porsche refuses to fully electrify, and that's the 911. Man. Oh man, I gotta get my Porsche quick.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because here's the thing. Here's the thing out there in Rally Radio Land. Porsche is holding true to that 911, son. That heritage behind it, kid. They like, nah, we can't jeopardize that. Can't do it. And that says a lot, though, because you see what BMW doing to the M5?
Yes.
Come on, son. They staying true to the game, Porsche.
First off, shout to Draco. He said Hyundai N Conquest Biter.
Damn.
That's hilarious. And Marlon said Hyundai with carbon fiber wheels. Why? That is hilarious. I love it. Let's go. Shout to Reach. He said, as for your CRX, get it driving ASAP. The longer it stays on jack stands, the more you start to rethink the dream build. It's a fact. I'll help you whenever you're ready. See, that's car guy stuff. I appreciate him for that. Thank you, Reeves. And he said, and that's not the first time he offered an extended hand to help. You know what I'm saying? Build the car. And shout to Draco. He said, Fitment Industries sells one for $1,200 a pop. And once you crack them, it's a Rizzy. Woof, the carbon fiber wheels. Yeah, you can't fix that.
Nah.
But I would like to believe that's just a track wheel.
See, that's interesting.
I'm not taking that on the NY streets.
But you got to think about it, though. A couple of these cars you can even get now with carbon wheels on it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I got to have a lot of tire. Because yo, you crack the wheel, it's over.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real, though, Bedouin. When you start doing certain things, you understand what you're doing, though. Like, you gambling.
Right.
You got to be with the gamble. If I'm a cop a machine that got carbon wheels, and my idea is to like drive it the way I want to drive it, got to charge to the game, Dave. Something else you can do.
Nah,
you scared?
I ain't charging $1,200.
But you got a skirt on?
Nah, not at all, son. I don't have an open mind. Nah, but at the end of the day, I'm just not with buying things over and over again because I could be cautious. So now I'm like this. You know what? If that's the case, and I do get a car with carbon fiber wheels, I know that when I take it out, I'm being the utmost gentle with it and until I could get to an area where I could go all out.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna be out here. Yeah, let's go on the belt. Nah. Let's go on the Van Wyck while they're doing construction. No.
See, that's what I'm saying right there. Like, if you got dough to get even in a machine like that, you're gonna think like, I want to drive it elsewhere. I don't want to drive. Let's say you're in New York or whatever like that. You're gonna do your best to get out of here.
Right. You're gonna take it on the rallies.
So I'm saying things like that.
Speaking of rallies, today would have been a day that we were gonna go to Canada.
Yeah.
Because Canada is having Import Fest. Those are the pictures that I posted up in the group. We went to the Fishman Lobster Clubhouse. It was crazy.
Over the top. Son.
That was a great trip. But with that being said, man, we've reached our next segment, man. It looks like we're moving so fast through the show. It's like it's a lot of time. It's flying by at one time. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Here we go. Driver's etiquette, baby.
Driver's etiquette. Because sometimes you got to get this off your chest.
All right. With that being said, we have reached driver's etiquette. This is actually interesting because it just alluded to what we were talking about. I need another road trip.
Dang.
Keep it a buck. It's time for the cars to get out and stretch their legs. I was driving home. And I want to say that I just could not take it. It's people. There was even coming in here today. I'm driving and I'm on the highway. And this guy is just doing a consistent 40, 50 miles an hour. And I'm like, all right, let me go around him. Yo, you think that it was something in front of him? It was nothing in front of him. He just was driving that way. And I'm just trying to understand, like, yo, in New York, we really, truly don't know how to drive. Not we.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But New Yorkers really don't know how to drive. Son.
Nah, kid.
I'm convinced.
Oh, shit.
I'm convinced.
Yo, oh, man, son.
I'm convinced, son. And I was so sick to my stomach dealing with this. I was like, yo, man, why do people do stuff like that? And then once you get around them, when you go around them now, they Dom Toretto now. Now they trying to stop you from getting in front of them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nah, you ain't getting in front of me. Why do people do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get it, son.
But it reminded me of going to the Dragon's Tail. When we went to the Dragon's Tail, how Tennessee, North Carolina, none of that was going on down there.
Every time you leave out of here, you realize people know how to drive other places.
They do.
100%. At least, they have a better sense of what's going on, I should say. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you could be in a lane, right? You could be in the fast lane. They taking their time.
Right.
What are you doing?
Like, that's not, you supposed to be over there, fam. I hate that. That drives me up the wall.
Or better yet, like, get out the way.
Right.
They don't even get out your way.
Right.
They stay right there. You know, I have also realized, believe it or not, I don't know if y'all pay attention to this. I think a lot of people are scared to change lanes.
I think so too.
It's like I'm in this lane, I'm staying, I'm stuck. That's it.
That's a fact. That's
Telling
a
you,
fact.
kid, it's crazy. Son.
And it drives me up the wall. I'm like, yo, come on, bro.
It's
Like,
crazy.
what are y'all doing?
It's crazy.
Like, stuff like that really upsets me. I just couldn't understand for the life of me, right?
Yeah.
Why people drive. I was like, yo, and it seemed to be only New York. It's like, or the cities rather.
Yeah, it's on the cities.
So and shout to Draco. He said they're afraid of the cameras. He said they're afraid of this. But on the highway though, like fam, ain't nothing around here.
So I
like,
think they just scared of going above 60. Ultimately.
Shout he said not in Atlanta though. They do silly stuff and they want to then they want to curse you out. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. But this is why I say I just can't. I can't, man. I gotta get out of here, man. You gotta see what is we gotta get out.
It's crazy, son.
Gotta get out. You know what I mean? Like
It's
just
craziness,
to be out there driving and to be out there, and it's like when we was on the tail of the dragon, and I say this to anybody who hasn't went with us or who's thinking about just going on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Shout to Marlon, he gonna get at me for these speed and grease. We wildin'. We definitely. But the thing is too, even with the speed and grease, it's like now they drawing eyes to where we like to go.
Oh no, yeah. So now that means more running with the law enforcement, though.
Right?
The lawbreakers,
right? And so I say, even the Dragon's Tail, when we went down there, if you have not been down there, you call yourself an automotive enthusiast. It's like making your way back to Mecca almost, man.
Yeah.
You get down there, it's like, oh, everything is out here.
And you know, I'm also starting to see like there's also another side to this whole car enthusiast thing. There's actually some decent people. You know, everybody's not shark bites. Everybody's not trying to shark you on the way up. You know what I'm saying? But
there are some.
Yeah, no, hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. But I don't know, man. Another road trip will definitely be like a road trip like that. Be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I really thought about it. I was like, yo, man. I said, this can't like the way that these things are, it's like, nah, I can't be like this. It can't be. It can't be. Because the way that people are doing things now, especially when it comes down to the automotive, like I was driving the other day, driving home, and I'm on the Belt Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
They put a speed camera right by the conduit. And I'm like, now in the middle is nothing but grass. And then on this side, they got a baseball field with a big old fence. Why would they put I know why you did it, but why would they think that it's for safety right here?
Because they know it ain't for safety. Right?
They know it ain't for safety.
Come on, son. They selling us wolf tickets.
And that's where I get upset.
Nah, me too.
Fest is coming up. Oh boy. That looked like something we may have. Toes Fest is coming up on the tail of the dragon. That is going to be interesting. Let me tell you, if it's one thing that I wish I'm kind of glad, and I know other cats like Phil, yo, when you dealing with a rear-wheel drive car or something like that, woo!
I mean, it's for the inexperience, baby. This guy, man. You know, I had my fair share running with them. You know what I'm saying? I had my fair share with them. If you ask me, they good partners to dance with.
I'm not saying that they not. I'm just saying that has to be the amount of fun.
No,
like, to deal with 311 turns, 318 turns and 11 miles with a rear wheel, you got to dial in.
So that's getting me excited.
You got to dial in because dealing with it in the Type R, it was like, yeah, I could deal with this. This is fun, but I know the whole style of driving has
changes.
To change.
Yeah, absolutely. Inputs is different. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Absolutely, son. But when you're not a wheel man or just a wheeler in general, you run into certain problems like that, though. So I know for you it's a little shaky, but
nah,
it's all right, son. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
This guy talked like we was on the tail of the dragon. He's like, yo, wait. Yo, because it got to a point.
He's holding it, son. He's holding it.
Oh, jeez.
Yo,
it got to a point where we was on the tail of the dragon, son. I was like this. I put it in R+ mode, and I mean this Type R, it was wet. The road was wet because the weather. That's the thing about being up in the mountains. The weather changes really fast.
Yeah, because it was dry spots, and then it was like
then it was wet spots. It's crazy, but it was definitely times where it was wet and it was dry and and let me tell you, kid, the Type R handled that.
Yeah,
it's great. I'll tell you, we gonna set up another run. It's just everything had to be on pause for a little minute. I know guys are like, yo, come on, man. We got the speed and grease coming up. We just had to put everything on pause. And definitely we got to get back to the go-kart track, too.
100%.
Shout to Ant. He said reckless. Yeah, he's wilding. He's wilding. I tell you, it is what it is. But with that being said, we're going to jump right into our favorite segment of the show.
Let's go.
You ready for this, kid?
Let's make it happen.
That's how you know we drawing towards the end. Let's get it. You ready?
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
Oh man, hope y'all.
Wait, before you jump in, shout to Phil. He said real drive is perfectly safe as long as you respect the car and don't drive beyond your limits. Now, I'm not saying it's not safe. That's a fact. I'm not saying it's not safe. I would say this. In a rear-wheel drive car, it is a true dance. There's no take your eyes off and enjoy this. No. You gotta pay attention to what you're doing.
Of course, you're referring to if you're going for it.
If you're going for it, I would hope that you focusing. And even if you're not, pay attention because you and I both know these turns are
yo, those turns, son.
The road dip.
Yo, it was crazy.
The road dip, the turns are so crazy. It was great. Shout out to Bashir. He said, I'll be in the back. I'll be so hype. I'm outside. I would Ricky Bobby off a cliff.
He's stupid, son.
Yo, I hear you, kid. RPM. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so what you got for us today, kid? Legends of Auto. What we got today?
So today, this Legends, I think, is pretty interesting.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty interesting. So I hope y'all enjoy this one. So it's a 1995 Mercedes-Benz E500.
Now I'm shocked.
First off, have you ever seen the E500?
E500 95? I don't think so.
So this, first of all, why you shocked though? Why you shocked?
Nah, because I can't wait to hear what you're gonna say about it.
So here, my thing with Mercedes-Benz, right? It's certain ones that really catch my attention. Like I'm not really again, the new cars, I'm not really into them like that. But the older ones, and up to a certain period in the 2000s or whatever,
right,
pretty hot. This one in particular, though, is extremely ill. So y'all all remember the W124 chassis that they made to race against the M3 at the time. This one right here, this road going one. First off, it got a V8 in it. Out the SL 500, huh?
Which was already known. Like they the way they played ball at that time, they was putting everything in it.
Mind you, and this wasn't even like the AMG though. Right? This is just the E500 with this big mean V8 in there. I'm telling you something. First off, it was putting out 354 foot-pounds of torque at the time. It was making mad power for the time periods, huh?
Yes.
You know why you haven't seen one? I know I haven't. It's like only 1,500 came to the United States.
Only 1,500. Wow.
Son, good luck with that.
Good luck.
Good luck with that, son.
And see, that's what I mean. That's a real, you got
but that's what I mean. This car right here is a legend in its own right. This joint was, it was actually made to battle the E34 M5 at the time.
Really?
Yeah, it was made to battle that, son.
You think it would have stood a chance?
Absolutely.
500E sedan. I'm trying to think. Now, I feel like I've seen that before.
I never seen one, son. Yo, first off, it had a lower stance, bigger wheels, lower front bumper with the lip on it, like wider front. They changed up the whole front apron on this car. So I'm telling you, this is one of the Benzes, son. That you need in your life, son.
Wow.
And you know what else makes it crazy though?
What's that?
Porsche had their hand on it, son.
Legends of Auto.
Porsche had a lot to do with it. Even so, they was going through, some may say a little difficult time at that time period.
Yes.
But Porsche, son, they got together with Porsche on this one.
And you know what? And that just goes to show, like look at Lotus right now. Lotus had a lot to do with a lot of these cars, and Lotus is going under.
Oh no, yeah, and on top of that, they going EV.
Well, that's what's tanking them.
Yes, huh?
They stopped making the Elise, the Elvira, is where they had now, and they trying to go EV, and people are not hearing it, and it's tanking.
Yo, another thing about this crazy car, it was so capable steering.
Yes,
it had crazy suspension on this car. So I'm telling you, this was an extreme high performance E-Class, son. Before you got to the crazy race track ones, son. This is the one, son.
This is the one you want. Let's go.
And this one was running down Ferrari Testarossas.
Ferrari Testarossas with ease. Be careful.
Legends of Auto.
All right.
Damn, real legends never die.
You know what killed me? I'm not even done, man, because it was a time period when cars was cars, yo. When it was something like this, nah, we want that. Build that.
But here's the thing, and I don't want you to lose the train of thought on that. But remember this: these cars was built not really for the enthusiasts, though.
Man.
They was built because the more they put into it, the more they could charge you. So this is why I say, what is Lamborghini going to charge you for when they go electric? They ain't gonna charge you for. When you pay $250,000 or $300,000 for a Lamborghini, you pay for the 12. You pay
for the exoticness. Yeah.
You pay for all the R&D, that they put into it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing now? What's the difference between that and the Tesla?
The body.
That's it. There's no difference. So when you see these cars that you said that they built, like, they really built them because they knew the more that they put into the car, the more people would pay. They knew that. And that's exactly how they used to get a lot of those cars sold. That's why a lot of times only 1,500 of them only made it. Because they knew there was only a certain amount of people who's really going to pay that much for that when they could get a 300 and it looked the same. They looked at it like that. Trust me.
Damn.
So very interesting, but nevertheless, though, still a legend. And now it's really a legend because it's like forever like cemented into what it's doing. So
100%. Son.
With that being said, y'all know how we get down, man. We will be no hot mods today because we really didn't have any hot mods to talk about. Everything seems to be going copacetic, but we do have.
It's the understeer.
Oh, man, what up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Yo, we got to talk about this one because this is what happens when people who are not true automotive enthusiasts just go out here and buy and rent. And next thing you know, they smack dab into the back of an 18-wheeler. The driver of a rented 2018 Lamborghini Aventador miraculously escaped with minor injuries after wedging the supercar underneath a semi-truck in Georgia. The exact circumstances of the impact have not been released, but we know enough to have about the events leading up to the crash to have a decent idea how it folded. According to the newspaper, the Gordon Gazette, the Georgia State Patrol issued a lookout for a Lamborghini on the northbound Interstate 75 at 12:10 Saturday. The car was reported to have been traveling at high speed, possibly in excess of 100 miles an hour, when a witness, Amaya Goulon, on TikTok stating the driver was just cutting through everybody in traffic. State troopers responded to a crash reported between the Aventador and a semi-trailer, where the car had wound up underneath the trailer. The guy who was driving it actually walked away. But at the end of the day, this brings me back. How, shout to Bushido, he said, Georgia, you see what I say? He ain't playing. How do you crash something like this? And like I said, we don't get you for what you do. We get you for how you do it.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
This guy doesn't need to be near another car again. And with that being said, he is.
It's the understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
But you know what really kills me? I don't know, son. I think a part of it is the ease of use.
He found out how easy it ain't to use is go under a truck. Like, what was he thinking? And Paul's rear-ended it. He rear-ended the truck and walked out. He got lucky. Got lucky.
The door opened up normally and everything, but that's just a problem. Like the ease of use, though, son. But then, like you said, he realized, oh man, this thing is still a hint. It's still a lot of car.
Well, his name. Because he won't remain nameless.
Nah, it can't be.
36-year-old Spencer Hyde. You, sir.
It's the understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Another sad part is, though, he just destroyed this Lamborghini event.
Exactly. And that's
another one done. Son.
And that's what pisses me off about.
Like, he just destroyed it. It's literally destroyed. Son.
That's like the guy that brought the Ford GT out.
Yeah.
Drove it up the block, smashed it into a telephone pole. It's gone. That's a legend gone.
Not only that. It was the golf version, right? It was the crazy one.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Come on, bro. Like I said, man, stop touching stuff you don't know what you're doing with it. Pause. I'm sorry. Stop it. But with that being said, we reached the end of the show. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We appreciate y'all 100%. We about to get up out of here, but before we do, I want to shout out everybody that tuned in. Shout to Dr. Phil.
Let's go,
shout
Dr.
to Militime NYC. Shout to Draco.
SP,
shout to Dolph Spalding. Shout to SP with the new home. We appreciate that. And shout to all those that tuned in on YouTube world, Facebook world, wherever you tuned in. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share. Let them know there's two dudes out here putting them on as far as autos is concerned. And we not out here trying to get all your your little friends and all that. We actually want to drive. So you know how that goes.
100%.
So with that being said, you got any shout outs?
Man, keep it cool out there on the road, man.
Period. All right.
That's about it. Let's go.
It. So with that being said, until next week, we're going to have some other stuff coming up. We
are...
Drop the clutch, hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I. Sean, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.